I'm Wei Lynn Tang, joined by Nadia, Hassan and Sulhi, Azman. So Sulhi, this whole week, the market, for the first 3 days, we saw the CI up, but for the last 2 days, yesterday and today, it's down. What are you feeling about the market?
Well, I don't know. It's Friday, you know. I think that, you know, perhaps we have some good news to tell us, isn't it, Nadia?
Right. So Nadia.
Well, I laugh because how did Friday end? I think it ended with a whimper. You guys are more enthusiastic than the market was. It ended about 10 points down to 1,603, still above 1,600. But it's been a very weird week, right? Some good days, some bad days. Everybody's looking for more external catalysts, and I think that's how everybody's feeling today. If you actually looked at participation, 50% is still a lot of the local instis. The rest is split between the foreign guys, and it's split between retail. But I think a lot of fear and dread in the market. Next couple of weeks is going to be quite interesting to look out because we have a short trading day next week.
We have Hari Malaysia kan on 16.
Exactly, so we're all actually quite happy about that. But looking at all of this, right, what came out today, which was quite big, was that Goldman Sachs, in their infinite wisdom, actually said that oil next year, based on OPEC's prediction, is going to be about 20 per US dollar.
Wow,
and
that's
can you imagine
like
20
half
per US dollar?
Half than what it is right now.
Yeah, exactly. You're looking at 40 ringgit, 4 US dollars per barrel. It's a bit tough. So looking at all of that, right, the production growth that slows down is going to be very, very tough. So the bank actually trimmed its estimates for what's going forward, but regional markets were seesawing because, of course, next week, Janet Yellen is going to see whether or not she pulls the trigger.
What's the date? September 17, right, Nadia?
Exactly. You're going to have to take a look at that. Singapore was closed today because they all went to the polls. When we actually go on Monday, I'm really curious to see what kind of government's going to sit there. Yes, People's Action Party is going to win, but I want to see how much they're going to lose because every seat is contested this time around. Nikkei, of course, managed to just tread water. Shanghai also, tough week, just ended a little bit down. Back to you guys.
Oh, thank you for that very concise wrap up of the market, Nadia. So Sulhi, now we have to move on to Hotstocks of the day. For today, for Hotstock, we have Berjaya Auto Bhd. The shares are down 7% or 15 cents. This is because its first quarter net profit, which was announced yesterday, was down 7% on higher advertising and promotion expenses.
That's right, Berjaya Auto, don't forget that they are owned by the tycoon Tan Sri Vincent. As you said earlier, App-linked earnings are down by 7%. Revenue marginally improved by 1% on steady sales, you know, while Malaysian and Philippines operations grew double-digit. But because of unfavorable mix, overall growth only grew about 1%.
Right, so while Malaysian and Philippines actually grew double-digit, but because it's models, right? So what Berjaya Auto, it actually distributes the Mazda vehicles in Malaysia and Philippines. Its models were competitively priced, so while volume grew, the revenue only grew about 1%. And also because of GST, sales now is actually recorded net of GST. So all this is actually pointing towards I don't know, the sentiments.
Yeah, the sentiments are a bit negative as well. At the same time, you know, let's not forget we also have a forex impact at the moment with ringgit sliding against the yen by 19%. You know, these kind of input costs, you know, you have. It might weigh down, you know, their earnings. But then I think they also do some hedgings. Anyway, we've seen some analysts seem to be quite bullish on that, isn't it, Wei Lynn?
Yeah, we had two reports, one by MIDF and Kenanga. So MIDF actually has a buy call with a target price of $3.30. So it says that Berjaya Autos is poised to garner further market share and outperform its peers in sales volume growth. And this is because of its current existing product lineup. And Berjaya Auto in its second quarter results actually said that first quarter results said that for the second half of the year, it has some exciting new models coming up.
Definitely, I think that would excite the markets more because, you know, we've seen some companies, you know, they have not been launching many models, but I think for Berjaya Auto, you know, with the Mazda and...
Mazda is quite a sexy car, actually.
It's a very sexy car, actually, you know, and the CX-5 has been gaining tractions, you know, from and strong demands from the local consumers.
Right. And on that note, actually, MIDF in its note, it says that Berjaya Auto is to be least affected by all these macroeconomic headwinds, and it actually likes Berjaya Auto best among all the other auto counters because of its targeted customer base of middle income to high income, and because of that, they're not so susceptible to any of the the rising costs, so they can actually afford.
Yeah, correct. And I think the products are very well competitive priced. And let's not forget that, you know, Kenanga also released a note today saying that the stock is outperformed with a target price of RM2.63. You know, overall, I think the stock has a lot of potentials, but at the same time, you know, you also need to understand that the local automotive market is actually dampening and slowing down.
I know, and it's so competitive. Every single auto player is actually cutting prices, price war, just to get the volume out there.
Not only that, they also cut the forecast as well, you know. I mean, MAA earlier, when I went to the briefing, they said that the they trimmed the forecast down because they think that the conditions are going to be a bit more challenging.
Right. And also Kenanga, it's in terms of its currency fluctuations towards the Japanese yen, yeah? So that has done a sensitivity analysis. So every 1% fluctuation in the ringgit versus the Japan yen, right, from the previous base rate of 3 ringgit 05 cent, will actually affect Berjaya Auto's bottom line by about 4%.
This is poised for all any auto companies as well. You know, every fluctuations and every move, it will does in fact impact that.
Right. To summarize Berjaya Auto, this stock, the first quarter net profit was down 7% yesterday. And so today its shares were also down 7%. But analysts are positive on the counter because of its existing product lineup as well as attractive new models coming up in the second half, which should spur the company in its sales volume growth.